I'm back with something new and exciting. Sovol 3D sent me a beta unit of the SV07 Plus 3D printer a few weeks ago, and I've been testing it with various projects, and I'm excited to finally be able to talk about it. I can tell you my impressions just as a regular user. No previous experience with V-slot wheels or clipper. I have a few more videos in preparation. I plan to give a more detailed comparison to the Sovol SV06 Plus, for example. So please be sure to subscribe to not miss those. You all know more about this printer now than we beta testers did before first opening the boxes. We were only told the name SV07 Plus and that it was driven by clipper. As we waited for the printers, we were guessing how much it will take from the SV07 and how much from Sovol's other Plus machine, the SV06 Plus. It came in a 67 by 62 by 30 centimeter box, which had the slightly smaller retail box inside, 64 by 60 by 27. And here's all that I found inside. First of all, I found a lot of laser cut foam inside, similar to other Sovol printers, ensuring the integrity of the package during shipping. I have to say, it did its job well. On the very top of the package, a 40-page booklet with assembly instructions, leveling guide, and a quick introduction to the Clipper user interface, which was very handy for me because this was my first experience with Clipper. Also, separately, a single sheet on connecting the printer to Wi-Fi. Next, a bag with the bolts, zip ties, and the extruder wheel, everything that we will need for assembly. This bag also had the accelerometer and cable required for input shaper calibration, which will come a little bit later. A 200-gram spool of white PLA, looking identical to the ones included with all recent Sovol printers. Finally, something substantial, the extruder, which, as far as I could see, is exactly the same as the extruder of the regular SV07, and very similar to that of the SV06 Plus, but different enough that the two are not interchangeable. It's bulky with its Sovol blue housing, which incorporates the LED lights at least. If we take a look under the cover, we see the same 4020 fans, which cool the hot end and the printed parts. Also the same 15mm heating block and modified volcano-style high-flow brass nozzle with the updated silicone sock. The board and mounting is different from the SV06 Plus. Next is the 5-inch diagonal screen, which seems to be identical to the one used on the regular version of the SV07, with 4 USB ports, 1 USB 3, 2 USB 2, and 1 Type-C connections, a barrel power plug and connection for the accelerometer, and the 2 LED lights on the top, which act as power and Wi-Fi connections indicators, but in practice these prove to be pretty hard to see. The filament spool holder has the runout sensor attached to it. This also includes 2 bearings to help it spin more freely, a little too freely even, but you can control that by tightening the screw on it. The screen mount has a very robust attachment to the printer with 2 screw holes on the top and the third one on the side. The screen, on the other hand, can just be slid in and out without the use of screws. The auxiliary part fan is 120mm wide, comes with a 24-volt ZIT 7025 brushless fan, and attaches to the back of the X-axis extrusion via T-nuts, similar to the SV07. I'm not sure why, but they included this plastic build plate sticker as well, with the same pattern as the SV06 Plus actually. You can see the dimensions 310 by 320, which provides a 300 by 300 millimeter build area, same as the other Plus machine. The gantry is 340 millimeters tall, allowing 10 millimeters taller prints than the SV06 Plus. Besides the size, it seems to be very similar to the gantry of the SV07, with identical tool head carriage running on a set of 3 V-slot wheels, 2 independently driven Z motors, also running on 2x3 V-slot wheels, a pair of 1/2 meter lead screws with anti-backslash nuts to reduce resonance for Z-hubs. The addition of the mounting frames at the bottom of the gantry is a welcome improvement in my opinion. It helps to ensure that the gantry remains perfectly perpendicular to the base. I'm not sure how the production units will be shipped, but this beta unit had the X-axis driven all the way to the top as it was packaged, and this caused an issue when I tried to home the printhead for the first time, as the homing process would just not start. I had to manually spin those lead screw couplers at the bottom to lower the X-axis enough so that the homing process could start. The base of the printer came with the bed and the flexible double-sided 300 by 300 mm PEI sheet attached. It is the same size as the SV06 Plus, but here it is double-sided. The coating is slightly different, same on both sides though, and maybe a bit thicker too, though it might feel thicker only because both sides are coated here. I was glad to see notches at the back and end stops on the bed, similar to Sovol's other Plus machine. The whole base is pretty heavy since it encases the power supply, the control board, and even a tool drawer. The power supply is an ample 600 watts Meanwell unit. It is located in the back area of the case. Its temperature controlled cooling contributes to the complete silent idle mode of the printer. I love this. The main power switch is part of the PSU and falls in the back left side of the printer, while the 115 230 volt sliding switch is accessible from the back of the machine. I know that many 3D printers have their control boards located in the base, but I don't like how difficult it is to access them. The only way to get to the control board here is to remove the entire gantry or risk deforming it if you set the printer on its side. You also have to remove at least 10 screws to uncover the board at the bottom. And when you do this, the case fan needs to be unplugged, but be very careful because there are 5 identically looking sockets on the main board where you can plug the fan back in, but of course only one of them will make the fan work. I actually suggested to Sovol to at least mark the correct socket, so hopefully production units will have this improved. Finally, in the base, the tool drawer seems to be identical to the one on the regular SV07, though my SV07 Plus came with metal tweezers included. I think there are better ways to store your tools, and many of us also have better tools, but a drawer like this could still be a good place to hold spare parts and seldom used accessories. One slightly negative consequence of this drawer is that they shrunk the Allen keys to fit in the drawer. If you don't have bigger ones, it will be a challenge to assemble and maintain the printer with these miniature ones that fit in the drawer. If you look carefully enough, you will even find a spare nozzle there. Do look. The bed comes with leveling wheels, but the package includes a set of bolts and spacers too, if someone is okay with relying solely on the auto leveling system. Coming from an SV06 Plus, I was actually happy to see the manual leveling wheels, making questionable silicone spacer mods unnecessary here. The bed is held up by 6 V-slot wheels, which in my case had to be adjusted since it was quite wobbly out of the box. Again, the miniature spanner included in the box was barely long enough to reach the eccentric nuts deep under the 300 mm bed. Check your tool drawer for the USB thumb drive that in my case held STL and G-code files for 2 sample objects, and a slightly updated version of Sovol Cura, more up to date than the one offered on their website. This one is based on Cura 5.0, which is of course still behind the current 5.4.1. However, I only used it to extract the SV07 Plus profiles, which I then used in the latest release. So that's basically all that came in the box. Please subscribe to be notified as soon as I'm ready with the next videos, where I show you how I assembled, leveled the bed, and had my first prints. As a little preview, let me say that assembly did not go as smoothly as one would expect, but production units will hopefully not have any of the bigger and smaller issues I faced. I tried printing with a bigger 0.6mm nozzle as well, and I will tell you why I put the 0.4mm nozzle back on this machine. I also plan to have a detailed comparison with Sovol's other Plus machine, the SV06 Plus, and how I split my printing projects between these two, because each have their amazing strengths, but also their drawbacks and weaknesses. The Sovol SV07 Plus is a logical step up from the regular SV07. From what I see online about the base model, the Plus seems to be really just an upscaled alternative with all the necessary adjustments for making it bigger, a bigger power supply, insulated heated bed, and more stabilized gantry and longer versions of the mechanical parts and cables. So, see you soon. There is a lot more to discover about Sovol's Pluses.